the vibe during the week and everybody talking about this game. He was always sure that a lot of people would show up.
All the people was waiting for this moment, and it was a great day.
60 seconds left. Fry wants one more on that wall, which means that Zimmerman is now unmarked on the far side. Vela and Simon standing over it.
Los Angeles, California. A place as captivating as its views, and as real as the streets of Compton. People of different ethnicities, backgrounds, and walks of life roam the streets seemingly unconnected. But they all share one thing in common: soccer.
LA soccer culture has always been very important in the city of LA. Out in the world, they think that in the United States, soccer is new, or football is new, but it's not like that, especially in LA.
This is the world city, so certainly the world's game is right at home here.
You can't ignore soccer. I mean, it's everywhere, it's in the culture. You go down the street, you see kids playing it, and I'm guarantee you will. You know, any direction, any matter of a distance, you'll see soccer, so it's engraved into the city. It's part of the city's DNA. It's unique, it's a melting pot. You have every culture that you can imagine within miles of each other. You have all these little communities that can make up the bigger picture. I think you just have to be in LA to kind of live it, and I think we're very proud of that. We're very proud of the diversity that we have in our city. It's I guess it's part of our identity.
There's 6 million Mexicans that live in Southern California, and many of them grew up soccer fans. The immigrant community brings a lot of passion and knowledge about soccer.
And if there's something that we were agging, it was for a club that deserved our support. That a club that it was gonna represent the Angelinos, the right way.
In 2005, Chivas USA hoped to be that answer. They were a club directly aimed at Southern California's heavy Mexican market.
The idea of Chivas, when it was founded in 2005, I thought that was a great idea because there are so many Mexican soccer fans here. The idea of bringing a Mexican-flavored soccer team to Los Angeles, I thought it was a no-brainer.
It was easy to support a team that was representing what I left in my country. I saw it as an opportunity of being able to bring my kids to the stadium just like my dad used to take me in Guadalajara to the stadium. But to other Angelinos, to the rest of LA, it wasn't that easy. Because you got fans from other Mexican clubs that will say, oh, hell no, I will never go support a team that is using those colors or that crest. Because there is the rival, it's something normal,
It just wasn't going to work in LA. It was too divisive. Half the people in Mexico love Chivas, half the people hate Chivas. And so it really wasn't, it was like taking the Yankees to Boston. People weren't going to come out just to watch Chivas because they wanted to see soccer. They hated Chivas. So that's one of many reasons why that franchise failed. Jorge Vergara wanted it to be like Chivas. He wanted only Mexican players. MLS forbid that. That's against the rules. And then toward the end, they actually did things like, we're only going to speak in Spanish. All press conferences are in Spanish. All media availability is in Spanish. That just wasn't going to work. MLS didn't want it, and the local community didn't want it.
The way they sold the franchises was like 100% Latino, Mexican, most of it. And that was definitely a lot of mistakes that they make, and that's one of the main reasons why they don't exist anymore.
The league bought Chivas very early in the 2014 season. They were going to get rid of Chivas at the end of the season, and they were going to start all over again with a new expansion ownership group.
It was honestly like heartbreaking for me. I felt like I lost a family member when they died. I cried that day like there was no tomorrow, and seeing my kids cry and some of the other kids cry, it was just heartbreaking. But at the end of the day, I'm also a believer that for something bad, there's always something good.
Well, good morning, everybody. These are the days that memories are made of. It's my pleasure to bring up Henry Nguyen to officially launch LAFC.
Awesome. We want to be a football club that's inclusive. We want to bring all our fans together. We want that, fan base to represent the wonderful diversity of Los Angeles. I look at that as an incredible strength.
We have to get people to believe we're going to be there a couple of years from now, to believe that we're going to be competitive, to believe we're going to be fan engaged, to believe we're going to believe in the community.
LAFC, the team from the City of Angels, spreads its wings for the very first time. Okay, nicely done from Vela, and there it is! Well, you always remember your first. It's liftoff for LAFC. To the right, Blessing, it's in! What a golazo! This is clockwork football! Goal! LAFC! You mean business.
It was perfect for MLS. They were big personalities, there were a lot of Hollywood connections, there was a lot of money, and they promised to do things in a new way. Totally different business model. They're investing in the team. They're building their own stadium. It's not tied to an existing club.
I thought that this was interesting. It's something that, I wanted to know more about. It was a talking point for a lot of people. Is it going to be, a plastic thing that's going to be built, or is there going to be some values to it?
To fans, soccer isn't just a sport. It's a lifestyle. They do much more than simply go to matches. They live them. In a way, they're as vital a part of the game as the players are.
Football fans or soccer fans are way different than any other sport fan. When you go to a football match or soccer match, the supporter groups, the fanatics are there to make a difference. They're there to be, not to watch the game, but to be part of the game. To me, it's 24/7. To me, my life goes around my club's calendar. To us, it becomes a culture, it becomes a religion.
It's football first. That's what it is. That's what we're about. The 3252 is football first, and I want to emphasize that. However, we do have a community involvement that is part of our identity.
We're a community that loves the city, a community that loves to represent Los Angeles, and that are also willing to give back to the community, not just on the soccer world, but in any aspect of life.
What we were doing for the community is what brought me into the soccer thing later. Although I had a passion for the team and an interest in the team, it was the supporter group and the community service that brought me in. We have roots. We all came from somewhere, and mine are in LA, and I couldn't be prouder to give back to the city where I came from.
LAFC is trying to tap into that passion. And they aren't afraid to go where others won't to search for their future.
It's beautiful now. When I was playing, I wish I could be like this.
13-year-old Fernando Garcia is the product of the club's hunt for talent. He was discovered in Compton, a place that isn't known for soccer.
They scouted me, and my dad thought they were just playing around. So the coach from LAFC, his name was Joey, came up to my dad saying, "Oh, can you take your son to go try out with LAFC?" 5 months later, I made it to the team.
De principio no lo creía y después poco a poco lo fui creyendo más un poquito, y ya cuando lo llevé ya dije que era en serio. Y entonces lo llevé para que lo enseñaran más. Gracias a Dios ahora ya se mira mejor. Gracias a los coaches y a todos de los que trabajan ahí. Son buenas personas.
Fernando's been with LAFC's Youth Development Academy for 2 years now. But he's just the beginning. Having a club that's willing to scout in lower income areas could be a game changer.
There's a lot of like good players in Compton. Like scouts don't like go here. Like I have some friends. Like they're pretty good. I think they'll find good players in the leagues.
Me gustaría que todos fueran así, que no les daría miedo a buscar niños en barrios, que no tuvieran miedo y que busquen. Y yo estoy seguro 100% que hay muchos niños con talento.
They told us if y'all like put like effort and like all the practice you go and all the games, like you could just end up playing with the professional team. Like I wish I could just like play with them when I'm 16. They could just sign me, play with LAFC. Every time when I play there, I'll play like 100% every time. Like, cause I don't want to lose in that stadium, cause that's our home stadium.
The Bank of California Stadium sits on the corner of Martin Luther King Drive and Figueroa Street in South Central Los Angeles. The $350 million privately funded stadium stands where the old LA Sports Arena used to.
The location of the stadium is something that is bringing us to another level. So definitely being in downtown LA, being able to get to the stadium and train on a bus, you know, it's something that it was very necessary in Los Angeles.
But like with any new development, the neighborhood won't go untouched.
A lot of people don't want to be here, like the nail shop, like the bakery, because they know it's gonna affect the business. Laundromat, all these three locations, they don't, because of the same thing, they know it's gonna affect that. 7-Eleven doesn't have a problem. Tom's Burger, of course not, it's a restaurant, but most of the dialysis, nail shop, and they do complain all the time about that. Everything is gonna change. The unit that they're gonna make here is gonna be a hotel and a lot of apartments, but we're talking about the apartments is gonna be more expensive, and it's gonna be more than, I believe, like 100 restaurants around the area.
I think if anything, it's driving business there. These sandwich shops, these little coffee shops and things, they're gonna get customers now 17 times a year that they wouldn't have gotten. And plus there'll be concerts and other things there. So I think in the short term at least, LAFC has created jobs there. It's brought foot traffic there, it's brought people there. Just kind of went in and fixed things up a little bit.
Every time I go to a soccer match or a football match, that moment when you're walking in the stadium and you start walking and little by little you start seeing the field, the pitch, it's like, damn, I get chills. So if I get that on a regular soccer match, I can only imagine when that day happens with LAFC.
Simon, it's in! Frog couldn't keep it out. It is history. Laurel Simon, the first goal in Bank of California Stadium history.